Before the disaster of Pearl Harbor, this nation was harassed by the insidious forces of the Spy King. That disaster was the signal for the beginning of a wave of sabotage aimed at crippling our resources. Victory and peace brought to an end this terror, and we learned who was responsible. A sinister, elusive figure, John Baroda, a man of obscure origin and unknown nationality. Despite the widest dragnet, he has managed to remain at large. Still a menace, still a threat to our peace.
That's quite a frightening picture, Mr. Lord.
No, Miss Hughes. It wasn't intended to alarm you. But to give you some idea of the kind of opposition you might run into.
Well, what makes you think that this bizarre character, Baroda, would try to interfere with our building an experimental radar station?
A lot of reasons. The idea of building a radar ring around this nation as a protection against invasion by enemy planes has excited the capitals of the world.
And do they know that the Keystone Station will be built somewhere in the border area?
Yes, but they don't know exactly where.
I see. And you believe it's Baroda's task to find this out?
Precisely. There are definite indications that they're watching every move we make, and we're trying to outwit their watchers. That's why your orders are sealed in this. Now, you're not to give this up to anyone or to open it until he properly identifies himself with the matching half of this badge.
And who is this he that I'm going to be working with?
He is Chris Calvert, formerly one of the top men in the OSS. His cloak and dagger experience, plus training in camouflage, makes him the ideal choice for the job. You'll use the station wagon that's waiting downstairs. I'll see if it's ready. All ready. Goodbye, Miss Hughes, and good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Lord.
Stay with him till I get the girl out of here. car following us. Better let me take care of the briefcase.
If it gets too serious, I'll destroy it.
That car's gaining on us. If you're wise, you'll hand over that briefcase. I'm acting on orders.
So am I. Can you identify yourself?
There's no time for that now. Give me that briefcase.
Keep your hands off of me.
Relax. Does this mean anything to you?
Why, of course. Then you're Chris Calvert. And here's the other half. Now, would you mind telling me what this is all about?
I will. Just as soon as we get underway.
Well, Nitra, any trace of Joan Hughes?
None at all. Since she was picked up by Calvert, we haven't been able to find the slightest clue to their whereabouts.
Then they've won the first round.
It's still early in the game.
I know, but it makes it more difficult to operate against them. Once they establish the Keystone Station, our movements across the border will be limited.
Your radar interceptor should take care of that difficulty.
A wise observation. In fact, this will be the means of our discovering their radar station.
I don't understand.
Very simple. We'll fly towards the border.
With every law enforcement agency on the lookout for you?
I said fly toward the border, Nitra. Remember, this is a surplus army plane. A casual observer will still think it's in the government service. And should there be a radar station in operation, the interceptor will warn us.
I see. And from that, you'll be able to determine its location.
Exactly. From then on, we'll make our plans accordingly.
There it is, Chris. We're in business.
Well, no wonder the bureau chief picked you to help install this radar station.
Thanks, Chris. But this is only the beginning. The real test will come after we install the ultracycle system, the basis for the radar ring.
Yes, of course. In the meantime, how about a test of this setup? The Border City airliner's due to fly over in a few minutes, and I'd like to see if we can pick it up.
It's a good idea. Sounds like a car stopping.
Well, that could be. I'll have a look.
This letter's addressed to you. Dear Mr. Calvert, in eager response to the request of your superior, Mr. Franklin Lord, I'm assigning the bearer, Lieutenant Manuel Aguirre of the Border Patrol, to assist you in your splendid project for the future defense of our two great nations. Here, let me help you, Lieutenant Aguirre.
Oh, you know me, Miss...
Hughes, Joan Hughes. We just found this letter in your pocket.
I'm Calvert.
How do you do?
Won't you sit down, Lieutenant? I'm awfully sorry, but had we known before that
Oh, that's all right. I understand. I was told not to get in touch with you until you were ready to receive me. But today we received another report of a strange plane, an unidentified transporter that's been cruising back and forth near the border every night.
Where does this plane come from? And where does it go?
No one seems to know. It is much faster than any of our planes.
Mr. Lord told me that Baroda escaped from Europe in a refitted transport. He may be using it as a mobile hideout. Maybe we can pick it up on the radar.
That's why I've come here, to learn about your radar. Also, if the plane should be in the air tonight, perhaps we could be warned in time to intercept it.
It's worth a try, Joan.
Dangerously close to the border?
So, do you think I'd take any chances if I wasn't sure of the absolute accuracy of this interceptor? The moment we are the target of any radar device, we'll know it.
That hum you hear is from the revolving antenna. This dial controls the reception of radio wave that bounces back from the target. This one controls the pattern on the oscilloscope.
Miss Hughes, can't we just call it a scope?
Of course. Here, take a look. That first little rise, or pip, near the center, indicates our station. That second little pip, further down the baseline, indicates the echo from a target, which is probably the Border City airline.
I see another pip there.
That could be the mysterious transport.
Find out soon enough by checking the location and the direction. That second plane's flying toward Border City from the southeast at about 200 miles an hour.
There is no airlane from that direction.
How soon can you get the Border Air Patrol after that plane?
As soon as I can put a call through.
We're in range. Hugo, turn back. Destination L4.
L4. Yes, sir.
Nitra, the border area map.
The range is widening. They've turned back.
Hold that call, Manuel. What are the chances of interception?
Not very much. Plane's going out a lot faster than it came in. This unit only has a range of 300 miles.
Well,
It's no use. If that was Baroda's plane, something made him turn back. Or maybe he's got some trick up his sleeve.
Well, we can try it again tomorrow.
And you can have your planes in the air ready to strike.
good. I'll see you in the morning. Good night, Miss Hughes.
Good night.
I'll see you to the door, Lieutenant.
Then according to your calculations, their radar unit is concealed somewhere within a 10-mile radius of the Alameda Flats area.
Correct. Now, tomorrow you'll contact Rico and canvass every building in the area large enough to house a short-range radar unit.
Right.
Here, I'll get it.
Good morning. May I come in?
Just what is it you want?
Well, I'm Emma Perkins, and I sell rural encyclopedias.
Oh, I don't mean to appear rude, Miss Perkins, but I don't think...
But it won't cost you a cent. It's absolutely free for 1 month while you look it over.
I don't think there would...
But it wouldn't hurt you none to leave it here, and it would help me.
Very well, then.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in 30 days, then.
Goodbye.
Who was that, Joan?
Some poor woman selling encyclopedias.
Oh, that's strange. Way out here in this wilderness?
Who knows? Maybe that's where you're supposed to sell them.
That was Joan Hughes, all right, and she took the book.
You sure that stuff in it will force them out?
Or knock them out. We'll know in just about 2 minutes.
I can't seem to pick up a thing.
Maybe our mysterious friend did. You smell anything?
It smells like acid fumes.
Dutch, bring the car around fast.
Let's get some air in here, quick.
I'll open the door.
What happened? They got away with Joan. Notify the police. Tell them to block all roads and be on the lookout for that car. I'm going after them.
All right.
Hideout in town.
How about that guy following us?
I think we can take care of him easy enough. Slow down a little. barrage hideout in town.
How about that guy following us?
I think we can take care of him easy enough. Slow down a little.
Don't know what a great pleasure this is for me, Miss Hughes.
Maybe for you, but it's certainly not for me.
Oh, I think when you get to know me a little bit better, you won't feel this way.
I know enough about you and your spy activities to have only one feeling about you, and that is you should both be in front of a firing squad.
Nitra, talk is cheap. You know this stalwart type of a heroine.
Yes, they'd rather sacrifice their lives foolishly than help us.
I don't think we'll have to resort to those means, will we, Miss Hughes? You see, I know the plans of the government to build a radar ring around this country, and that yours is the key station for experiments.
Well, since you seem to know so much, I don't see why you should need my help.
That's the rub. There is some information I do not have that you can supply.
Me give you information? You're wasting your time.
Not even for the right price?
I'm sorry, but I don't trade in government secret.
There's other means of breaking down a stubborn will such as yours, Miss Hughes. Nitra, prepare the morphitol. 1 cc of a 4% solution. Just a minute, Miss Hughes. Just a minute, please. Then maybe you will oblige by rolling up your own sleeve.
I'll do nothing of the kind.
Then allow me. Now this will be painless and harmless. But once it takes effect, you will be absolutely powerless to refuse any instructions and follow them out that I give you. Can you hear me, Joan Hughes?
Yes.
Where do you keep the secret records and documents concerning your work on the radar project?
At the Keystone Radar Station. There's a safe for that purpose.
Do you know the combination of that safe?
Yes.
Then these are your instructions. You will be taken to the radar station. Once there, you will go alone to the secret files on the shipment of the radar equipment and quietly remove it. Do you understand?
I understand.
You know the rest of the plan. Take her.
What about Chris Calvert at the radar station?
Don't worry about him. I'll assure you he'll be busy elsewhere.
All we can do now is sit and wait and see what Baroda's next move is. Hello?
Is this Chris Calvert?
Yes, who are you?
If you want to find Joan Hughes, go to the Wooden Shack, corner of York and 48th.
Hello? 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 Come on, we've got a date at York and 48th. There's nothing around here.
No, that phone call must have been a fake.
Let's go back to the station and see if we can put a tracer on it.
A couple of fools for running off on a wild goose chase.
Do you think this might be Baroda's work?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Manuel, look, there's Joan.
Take care, Joan. I'm going after them.
That guy's a rough customer. Anyway, we got what we came after.
Yeah, but we're not going to go very far with it. Take a look at that gas gauge.
If we can keep rolling another couple of minutes, I think we'll make it.
Where to?
Tammy's garage. It's in that little town about a half a mile ahead. I'll close that door. Never mind, we've got to leave right away.
What's wrong?
Gas trouble. Take a look at that tank.
You've got plug. It'll take a little while to fix it.
How about that car?
You can use it. I'll have it ready for you in a minute.
Okay, hurry it up, will you?
Stand where you are.
That's the story. We got the shipping invoices, but we lost Joan Hughes.
Really a very small loss, Nitra. Miss Hughes served her purpose and served it well. This is what we were after.
I don't quite understand. I thought that
I thought you knew that our plans could change at a moment's notice. With this equipment, I can build an anti-radar weapon that'll make the radar ring an absolutely useless method of defense.
I see. And at the same time, by getting hold of this equipment, you can delay the completion of the Keystone radar station.
Quite right. And then we'll have something to sell besides our services to the foreign powers.
Wonderful.
Now you'll contact Rico. Set up Plan B. to take over the cargo of this shipment.
Right.
If I could only remember what I did.
Well, this is the last batch. It should tell us something.
This is it, Chris. I see what's missing now. It's the shipping invoices from the Apex Electronics Corporation.
And if I'm not mistaken, the shipping data was in that envelope, too. It was a security plan I had set up with the Baroda trucking company.
And Baroda has that information in his hands right now.
Yes. But there should be time to stop the transshipment by truck. You see, the equipment wasn't due at the depot until this morning. And the company was going to phone when the truck left.
Thank heavens, and there's still a chance to call them to reroute the shipment.
There sure is. Hello? Bonded Trucking Company? Yes, this is Chris Calvert speaking. What? Oh, thank you. The truck left 5 minutes ago.
Chris, we can't let that truck fall into the hands of Baroda's gang. It will be delayed for weeks.
There's still time to get to it before Baroda's men.
Let me go with you.
Manuel, hold the fort.
All right, Chris.
You don't suppose we've missed it?
No. The time we made, we should run into it within the next mile.
What's the big idea of blocking the road? Why don't you...
Okay, get going. And tell them to get everything ready to transfer the equipment from this truck.
There's the truck, Joan, straight ahead.
Why is it parked there?
We'll know soon enough.
That's Calvert. Get her started. I'll cover you and hop in the back.
We've got a flat tire. Get a hold of Manuel. Tell him to spread a drag net for a truck of that description and keep in touch with us. We'll try to pick up the trail as soon as I get this tire changed.
Right. Calling KS4. Calling KS4. This is JH.
Come in, J.H.
Truck with radar equipment stolen. Vicinity, Bedford Highway Junction. Traveling south. Alert all agencies to be on the lookout for it.
Okay, J.H.
And keep me informed.
Right.
Calling Highway Patrol. Calling Highway Patrol.
We'll repack this radar stuff in the laundry hampers inside so we can smuggle them to the plane. While you're working around here, you better get in these things.
What for?
Listen, we went to a lot of trouble to get this stuff. We can't afford to slip up on a little thing like being in the wrong outfit.
Okay.
Ames, get this truck out of here. Ditch it somewhere along the highway.
Calling Chris Calvert. Chris Calvert.
Calvert speaking. Come in, Manuel.
The latest report on that truck search by a Civil Air Patrol observer. He just spotted an abandoned truck in Shadow Canyon just off of Rio Vista Highway. It could be the one you're looking for.
Thanks, Manuel. We'll take a look. Well, this is it, all right. And it looks like they did a pretty thorough cleaning job.
Which puts us right back where we started from.
Wait a minute. What's this? Green Star Laundry.
Say, you don't suppose that's where those men may have taken our shipment?
Let's find out. That's how they use the laundry trucks to smuggle our shipment to their hideout.
What I can't understand, Chris, is why Baroda went to all that trouble.
Well, it's got us puzzled, too. From the beginning, we thought he was out to destroy our equipment.
Maybe he has some fantastic notion of using it to build a radar device of his own.
Hold everything. We've just gotten a terrific break.
What is it?
This telegram from Washington. It explains an error in the last radar shipment. 2 gamma-ray tubes were accidentally substituted for the ultra-wave anitrons we ordered.
See, that is a break. If Baroda has any ideas of doing any radar building, he'll find those tubes absolutely useless.
More important than that, don't they set up a pulsating electronic field?
Sure, why do you ask?
Well, from what little I know, such a field would be a target, just like a plane.
Of course it would.
Then there's no reason why we can't find out where Baroda has taken that equipment.
Right.
Oh, I never thought of that. Let's see what we can get.
And when I finished building my anti-radar device and demonstrated it, the foreign powers will outdo themselves trying to buy it.
Yes, the price should come high for the idea of making a radar ring obsolete.
Indeed. Now let's see what we have here.
I've got it, Chris. A stationary target about 270 miles southeast of here.
Manuel, get the border area map quickly.
Nitra, did these come with the shipment off the truck?
Of course. Is there anything wrong?
These are gamma-ray tubes. Something that'll give away our position. We're in the target area right now.
Do you think it was a plant?
There's no time to think. We've got to get out of radar range. No. I've got a better idea. You and Rico will use these to set a trap for our illustrious Mr. Calvert. You will take these to the Santa Cruz area. And there, Rico will prepare.
This must be the place, this mountain plateau.
You can take a plane and fly over it.
Chris, the target's moving.
Which way?
Toward the border.
If they stay in range, we can overtake them.
I'll keep you advised of the target's movement by radio.
Let's go.
Gamma ray tubes are in here.
Good. Calvert should be here soon.
Yes. How about you? Are you ready?
This will only take a few more minutes.
Well, better hurry. I'll meet you at my car.
Calling Chris Calvert. Calling Chris Calvert.
This is Chris Calvert. Come in, Joan.
The target still remains halted in an area 24 miles from Santa Cruz Arroyo.
Thanks, Joan.
That's only about a mile south of here.
Yes, I know.
When Calvert trips this, he'll have about 30 seconds to live. Let's get back to the car.
Hold it.
Take their guns, Manuel.
Let's get out of here before that truck blows.
That was a fine trap Baroda set up for us.
Maybe he set it up for himself.
How's that?
Do you remember where we first spotted that target?
Yes, but it moved.
Sure. That must be where Baroda got wise and set up this welcome for us. So, the first place we spotted that target on our radar must be the plane's hideout.
That's right. But still, it was only an approximate location.
Yes, I know. But we can pick up a few aerial photographs from the Civil Aeronautics, and that may give us the clue we're looking for.
That's a good idea.
So you see, Joan? The whole idea is to compare these aerial survey photographs, taken 6 months apart, and any great difference between them will indicate what we're looking for. And I think we've got something right there.
One area seems darker than the other.
The dark spot is on the recent picture.
In other words, the Baroda's hideout is there. He's gone overboard in camouflaging it.
Exactly. And by flying over the area, I can make sure that's where his plane is hidden. I'll keep in touch with you here.
So Mr. Calvert and his friend Agura got away, huh?
It couldn't be helped. We had everything.
I know. But that doesn't change the fact that we've got to change our hideout.
I don't see why if we threw them off the trail.
What if they decide to retrace their steps to the location from which they got their first impulse on the radar?
You're right. We can't take any chances.
I'll give orders for the strip to be cleared for the takeoff. You make sure that every piece of evidence in the area is destroyed before we leave.
Right. All clear.
You're ready, Hugo. Take off.
Taken off. I'll stay with him. You notify the Border Air Patrol. He's flying an Army plane. Still has the service markings.
Right. Calling all Border Patrol planes. Chris Calvert is trailing unidentified aircraft believed to be transport headquarters of Baroda.
I don't think Mr. Calvert will slip through our fingers again. Hugo, there's a plane trailing us. Throttle down so he can catch up with us. The shells, Nitra.
Chris Calvert bears a charmed life.
Don't worry, Nitra. It won't be for long.
Chris, what happened?
Baroda blasted the plane, but I bailed out in time.
Thank heavens you had us worried stiff. Where are you now?
I'm at Garfield Road and Highway 66.
Shall I pick you up?
Yes. I'd like to go out to where Baroda had his plane hidden. There's a chance I might pick up a clue there.
Good, I'll be there in a jiffy.
Fine.
Hugo, head 12 miles due east to Crown Plateau. You'll find the usual landing strip marker.
Crown Plateau? Okay.
Somehow I don't see the end in sight for us. We still haven't been able to stop them from building that Keystone radar station.
No, but we have delayed them. And the time element is vital to our plans. Read this. It's from one of our agents in the East. He will have information on the shipment of the Econotron tube within 24 hours.
Why, that would complete your work on the counter radar device.
Precisely. And when I do, a radar ring around the United States or any other country will be worthless.
That should arouse enough interest in the foreign powers to make them try to outbid each other.
And bring us a handsome price. In the meantime, when we land, you'll leave to arrange a purchase of gasoline.
The usual sources?
Yes, only one precaution. It's to be stored in the underground tanks of Vasquez Tunnel.
Should be simple enough.
Doesn't look as though they left very much.
Nope. All that's left is a few empty oil drums.
Lot of good they'll do us. They're stripped of all their labels and markers.
Hey, Joan. Look at this.
Looks as though it might have been a label. It's too bad it's burned. That might have been the clue you were looking for.
It still can be. I'll use infrared film on that and bring that printing out as fresh as a daisy. What's our latest progress report?
Well, first, the Iconotron tube is completed. Should be shipped within the next week.
Well, good.
Second, arrangements have been completed with City Power on the direct hookup with the output generator at Crown Heights Dam.
Wonderful. You understand, Manuel, when these two steps are completed, Keystone will be able to demonstrate its ultra-frequency radar power.
What you say is fine. But with Baroda still at large, every step must be taken with the greatest caution.
We're not forgetting that. That's why we want to see where this leads to. Intercity Oil Company, 45 Dover Road. This may be our big chance to put a dent in Baroda's armor. Manuel, you stay here.
Right.
Come on, Joan.
Good luck.
All right, that's the last load. Hurry it up. They're just about loaded. It'll be by to pick you up in a few minutes.
Okay.
This is it, all right. We may have trouble here. Have you got a gun?
Yes, I have one.
Fine.
Here's the dough for the stuff. I'll wait outside.
See you again soon, Rick.
Okay.
Back up, Rico. Keep your hands on that desk. Joan, call Manuel. Tell him to get some men out here, quick.
Now, hold them down till I get going, then make a run for it.
Okay.
Keep them busy, Joan. Get rolling, fast.
Head for Vasquez Cave. I'll send Jackson around to help you unload and empty the drums. Herb just came in with the last load of gasoline. Go on up and help him load it into the tank.
Drop it. Looks like you're lost, bud. This is the right way. Come on. This guy was looking for you or somebody.
Why, Jackson. Don't you know? He's an old friend of mine. As soon as you finish unloading that gasoline, bring Herb down here, and we'll give this guy a good reception.
we lost our valuable supply of gasoline and a chance to do business with Intercity Oil any longer.
We won't cry over such a loss. The main thing is that Calvert was thrown off of our trail.
I'd like to see him thrown a lot further.
He will be after our next move.
What's that?
To strike at Keystone's power supply. Destroy that, and that'll delay them long enough for me to finish my counter-radar device.
Which puts the radar ring out of business and brings us a handsome price from a foreign power.
Let's not count our chickens too soon. There's a job to be done.
I'm ready.
The first step is to get the auto monitor being shipped to the Keystone radar station. It's at the Border City Express Depot. You and Rico are to appear there as Chris Calvert and Joan Hughes to claim it.
How about credentials?
Here they are, with a signed release. You'll have no trouble fooling the clerk.
Good.
You're Chris Calvert?
That's right. And this is Miss Hughes of the Keystone Radar Station.
How do you do?
How do you do? This shipment is here all right, but I'll have to see your release order before I can turn it over to you.
Yeah, can't be too careful these days.
Pardon me. It's all right. If you'll just sit here, I'll get your package for you out of the stockroom vault.
Thanks.
Hello, Calvert speaking.
Hello, Mr. Calvert. This is the receiving clerk down at the express depot. There's a man here impersonating you.
What does he want?
He has a release order for the shipment consigned to you from Eastern Electronics.
Stall him. I'll be there in less than 5 minutes.
Right.
What's wrong, Chris?
Somebody's after that auto monitor shipment. Let's get down there.
Where is it?
I'm terribly sorry. A couple of tags got mixed up. The clerk will have it straightened out in just a few minutes. If you'll wait.
You're stalling. Give me that shipment.
I just explained.
You heard what I said. I'll give you just 1 minute to get me that shipment.
Okay. It's in the safe.
Well, open it quick. Come on, hurry up.
There it is.
This lug might have tipped somebody off. We gotta get out of here.
Chris, there's Rico.
Sure is.
Get it out of here.
us.
Let him. I've got Gorman parked at the Riverside turnoff. He'll take care of him. Rico calling Gorman. Rico calling Gorman.
Gorman speaking.
Chris Calvert is tailing us in a light convertible. We'll lead him past you.
Okay, Chief. I'll stop him.
But for the grace of a flat tire, we would be.
Yeah. And there, with Baroda's blessing, goes our auto monitor. Okay. Thanks. That was Eastern Electronics. They're sending out another auto monitor.
Well, that's a help. Once we install it, we'll be ready for our first operative test.
I still can't understand for what earthly reason Baroda stole it.
His usual tactics. To delay us as long as possible, I suppose.
I just got a report from the work camp at your transformer feeder station. About 20 minutes ago, a man answering the description of Rico got away with an empty supply truck.
An empty supply truck? Well, that's a new twist. Which way to go?
North on the Ridge Road.
The Ridge Road? Why, that road leads to the main power transformer.
Notify the police. Have them flash an all points alarm. If I'm not mistaken, this business ties in with the missing auto monitor.
Well, where are you going?
After that truck.
Finish wiring this up. We'll start the truck rolling for that transformer.
Hold it.
What are you doing with this truck?
Why, nothing at all.
Yeah? What's that rigging in the back?
Nothing special. You want to take a look? Load him in the truck. He'll never know what hit him.
And I thought with their power supply knocked out, they'd be delayed indefinitely.
And so did I. But we didn't figure they could get a temporary hookup through the border city transformer lines.
Well, what are the chances of finishing your counter-radar device before they get their power hookup?
None.
Well, if their first tests are a success, then we're out of business.
That is, if they make those tests.
I don't see how we can stop them.
By hitting at the same vital point. Electric power.
Here, I'll show you what the setup is. Sands and Malloy are in the field mining the towers of the high-tension line controlled by this switch. The explosives will be set off by reversing the current from a generator truck.
I get the idea. They've got to connect with the high-tension wires to complete the circuit.
Right. That's why you'll be at this end with the walkie-talkie. I'll call you from the towers when I want you to turn the power on and off.
Won't there be a lot of complaints to the power company?
There might be, but the current will only be off for a few minutes at a time. The whole operation shouldn't take more than an hour.
I got it.
Okay, I'll call you from the field in a few minutes.
Right.
Only 3 more to go. All right, go on up and get ready to make the connection. I'll call Lenz.
There. It's all hooked up. Want to give it a try?
Sure. Maybe we can pick up the mail plane to Border City. It's due in about 15 minutes. Clear as a bell. Location and direction right on the nose. Want to take a look?
Okay, Lenz. Turn off the power.
Right, Rico.
It went dead.
That's funny. It was working so well, too.
Maybe it's one of the connecting switches.
Okay, Rico, all set.
Lenz? All right, throw the switch back on.
Switch on.
Well, that proves it can't be the wiring.
I wonder whether it might not be an overload on the temporary power hookup.
Well, there's one way to find out. I'll ride over to the substation and check the circuits with Miller.
All right, Chris.
Where's Miller?
Miller? Why, he's sick. I was sent over to take his place for the day. Anything I can do for you?
I'm Calvert at Keystone Radar. There seems to be something wrong with the temporary cut-in we have through here.
Oh, yes, well, it must be on account of the storm up north last night. There's a crew in the field checking on it right now.
It's funny we didn't get a report on it.
Well, the company didn't think it was that important. It'll all be fixed in another hour.
Good.
business you got here, Calvert?
What's this all about, Miller?
They're fixing to blow up the transmitter towers that you're hooked into.
Well, what do they want a man here for?
To switch the power on and off while they make connections.
Now I see what was wrong with our radar.
They were talking over this to make contact.
Listen, Miller, you follow their instructions as though nothing had happened. I'm going to try to get out there before they do any damage.
This is the final connection.
What happens now?
When I reverse the current from the generator in the truck, that'll send a charge through the wires we've strung down to the explosives at the base of the towers, starting with the first one we set.
You think it'll work?
Watch that blast indicator. When it starts to burn out, we better get out of here in a hurry.
Chris Calvert calling Manuel Agura.
This is Manuel speaking. Go ahead, Chris.
Truck with license number U8773 heading for the border. Send out an emergency alarm. Tell them to cover all traffic heading south. I'll see you later.
Right, I'll notify them immediately. Border Patrol, attention. Attention, Border Patrol.
Step out for identification, please.
Hey, that's him, all right. Take those glasses off and we'll discuss this fake identification.
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Michael Gomez.
He's one of Baroda's men. I saw him at the towers.
So you thought Baroda let one of his men be trapped?
Stay with the trooper.
The whole thing was working like a charm when...
I know. Calvert interfered. It seems like every move we make, he's always on the spot. And now he's got Sands a prisoner.
It's unfortunate for Sands. Why should you worry about someone who means so little to you?
He can mean a lot to the authorities, though. He knows that I am building this counter-radar weapon. And that's something that must remain an absolute secret. You understand the importance of the surprise element in this undertaking?
Of course. And you're afraid that Sands might be forced to talk.
Forced, bribed, tricked. How do I know how they'll do it? The only thing is, you've got to make sure it isn't done.
Even if it means eliminating him?
As you said before, he means very little to me.
that was Baroda's order. He doesn't care what we do, so long as Sands doesn't talk.
Hello? Rico? This is Sands. It's Sands. They've got him at the radar station. They're going to turn him over to the feds in San Diego.
Tell him not to worry. They won't get that far with him.
Listen, Sands, sit tight. We'll spring you in no time.
Sure. Okay.
How do you figure on springing him?
I don't.
You just told me to tell him.
Use your head, Rico. Do you think Sands got to use that phone by accident?
I don't get it.
I think it was a plant. Calvert wanted him to use that phone. In that way, they could trace the number.
Oh. You've got something there. Well, what are we going to do about it?
Well, since Calvert is so anxious to find us, we'll oblige him. But we've got to work fast. Now, this is the plan.
Thanks for making that phone call, Sands. We hoped you'd fall for the bait when we left you alone with it. We traced that caller where we should find some of your friends. If you want to make any more calls, just ask Manuel. He'll be glad to help.
Ready for the test. Call me right back.
Okay.
It worked fine. I'll set it now and call you by radio when Calvert gets here.
Fine.
I'd better go and take a look around. You stay here and keep your pretty little eyes open. If anything happens, just blow the horn.
All right, but I don't like it. Good luck, Chris.
Don't worry.
Rico speaking.
Go ahead.
Stand by. Calvert's about to go into the house.
All right, Rico. Get out of there.
It's Joan Hughes. I've got her under control now. Stand by. We got here just in time to see our friends splattered all over the country. Okay, he's in the house.
All right, Rico. Get out of there.
It's Joan Hughes. I've got her under control now. Stand by. We got here just in time to see our friends splattered all over the country. Okay, he's in the house.
Agents of several foreign countries have already contacted me for information on the counter-radar weapon.
That's encouraging, but what promises can we make when the chances of stopping the Keystone demonstration are practically nil?
Nitra, we've been in this too long to be so easily discouraged.
I merely stated what I thought was a fact.
All right. So we know the odds against us. Does that mean that we are helpless and have to give in so easily?
It's just that I don't see a way out.
But I do. And it's a plan that involves the complete destruction of the Keystone radar station.
That's a big plan.
And one that bears an interesting element of surprise. The first thing you'll do is this. You'll have Rico cross the border with a couple of men. They'll start to work at this point. It's near the entrance to...
This work chart indicates how far we've advanced in linking together the nation's first 3 radar stations. Now, the only unfinished business is the actual hookup phase.
Then we'll soon be ready for the official test demonstration.
Yes, barring accidents.
Is there reason to expect any?
I don't know. Lately, it's been altogether too quiet around here.
Well, don't you think it might be because of the extra guards? Baroda's agents haven't dared try anything.
Well, I hope that's the reason. We've reached a critical point in our work. From here on in, we can't be too cautious. Let's see what we can pick up.
Calling Chris Calvert. Calling Chris Calvert. Calling Chris Calvert.
Chris Calvert, come in.
This is Manuel speaking. Rico just shot his way through a patrol and escaped.
Where?
Not far from you in the Azuma area, heading north in a station wagon. I spread an emergency dragnet.
Good. I'll join the manhunt.
Well, looks like that quiet I talked about is finished. See you soon, I hope.
Be careful, Chris.
That's enough, boys.
How does it look?
Well, it looks like we've done enough. We should be right under the radar station.
Only they don't know about it up there.
They'll know plenty before we're finished. Unpack the box. Handle it carefully. That's nitro.
It's too bad Rico escaped. But I'm sure Baroda hasn't given up. And I'm equally sure that Rico fits in with Baroda's plans, whatever they are.
Don't be so pessimistic. You can't do very much now that we have the area so well guarded.
Hello, Joan.
Hello, Manuel.
Hiya, Chris.
Hi, Manuel. Take a load off your feet. You look tired.
Who wouldn't be, after searching every corner from here to the border for that Rico?
Any clues?
It's as though the earth swallowed him up. Station wagon and all.
Maybe it has.
I hope so.
Chris, come here a minute.
What's the matter?
Oh, I don't know. This is very peculiar. Take a look at this baseline and tell me whether I'm seeing things. It seems to slant off to the right.
Yes, it does slant. But it doesn't seem to be too bad.
For the old type of set, it wouldn't be. But with this ultra-wave equipment, a declination like that would make our readings completely haywire.
Could it be a loose antenna rig?
No. The shift is caused by something in the foundation of the set.
There might have been a slight earthquake. Check by phone with the physics department at the Technical University. Joan and I will look over the equipment.
thank you for the information.
What do they have to say?
The university claims they have not recorded any earth tremors on the seismograph in several weeks.
Well, it isn't black magic. Somewhere in this area, something has happened that must have affected the foundation.
We have a detailed map on the surrounding country. Suppose we have a look at that.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything here. Except possibly this mine shaft.
Del Oro Mine, abandoned 1923. Why, that's less than a mile from here. Suppose some of the old tunnel shorings collapsed in a place like that.
Well, if the tunneling ran close enough to us, it could very well affect the foundation of the building.
Well, we'll soon find out. Come on, Manuel. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Ready. We got just 5 minutes to get out of here before she blows.
Well, Mr. Rico, fancy meeting you here. What have you been up to?
What happened?
I'll tell you all about it when we find our way out of here.
This is the last report from our Eastern agent. Chris Calvert and Joan Hughes arrived in Washington late last night.
Probably to report their success to Lord, the head of the Radar Research Bureau. And to arrange a demonstration.
Of course.
Sometimes I don't understand you. All of your work on the counter-radar device is on the verge of going up in smoke, and you're so unconcerned.
That's not so, Nitra. I am concerned, very much concerned, especially now there's only a few more days left for me to finish my work.
Well, have you any guarantee that the radar demonstration will be held back at your convenience?
Not unless we make the proper arrangements.
Despite our trials and tribulations and the fact that we're a month late, you will finally get a full report from Joan on our success in setting up the Keystone radar station.
This will be quite a credit for both of you.
If it works, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed until the ultra-wave radar is seen in operation.
I don't suppose Baroda's activity is let up.
Not since the moment I left your office, that night you gave me the dispatch case with my instructions. If you remember, there was a car waiting.
Following us. Better let me take care of the briefcase.
Can you identify yourself?
Give me that briefcase.
Shoes?
Keep your hands off of me.
Relax. Does this mean anything to you?
Why, of course. Then you're Chris Calvert. And you can't imagine what a relief it was to see the other half of that badge.
You know, it's difficult to believe that Baroda could know so much about our plans.
Well, apparently his agents are at work day and night. Just listen to what happened to us about 3 days after we arrived. We were working on the radar unit when there was a knock.
Here, I'll get it.
Good morning. May I come in?
Just what is it you want?
Well, I'm Emma Perkins, and I sell rural encyclopedias.
Oh, I don't mean to appear rude, Miss Perkins, but I don't think...
But it won't cost you a cent. It's absolutely free for 1 month while you look it over.
I don't think there would be...
But it wouldn't hurt you none to leave it here, and it would help me.
Very well.
Thank you so much. I'll see you in 30 days, then.
Goodbye.
Who was that, Joan?
Some poor woman selling encyclopedias.
Oh, that's strange. Way out here in this wilderness?
Who knows? Maybe that's where you're supposed to sell them.
You smell anything?
It smells like acid fumes.
Dutch, bring the car around fast.
Let's get some air in here, quick.
I'll open the door.
What happened? They got away with Joan. Notify the police. Tell them to block all roads and be on the lookout for that car. I'm going after them.
All right.
Head for the garage hideout in town. Slow down a little.
Fortunately, I was able to get out of the car before it crashed.
And did you ever find out who the book sales lady was?
That was Nitra. And through her, I met Baroda face to face. They injected morphitol in my arm and sent me to rifle the files at the station.
I managed to pick up Rico's trail that led to a garage. She's all ready. Stand where you are. Experience, we managed to keep you somewhat better informed of our day-to-day activities.
Yes, those reports helped us to more clearly understand Baroda's objective. And only the successful creation of the radar ring will rid us of him and his kind.
Well, we're ready to give a demonstration of the ultra-wave radar whenever you give the word.
I've already given it. Arrangements have been made for the executive committee to leave day after tomorrow.
Well, Thank you so much for your confidence, Mr. Lord.
That confidence was certainly not misplaced.
Well, we'd better get started. I have to make arrangements for the plane to be ready at Terminal Airport.
It's all fixed. Just enough to get him up about 5,000 feet and then drop him like a hot potato.
Good.
It sure feels good to be on the last lap to Keystone.
After what's happened in between, I have to pinch myself to make sure this isn't a dream. What's wrong, Chris?
I don't know. It's either the ignition or the gas line.
Well, they wouldn't let us take off without a check.
That's right. The gas tank's register's nearly full.
Chris?
I don't know. It's either the ignition or the gas line.
They wouldn't let us take off without a check.
That's right. The gas tank's register's nearly full. I can't get her out of the dive. Get into your chute.
Because of this failure, the Executive Committee of the Radar Bureau will be able to witness a demonstration of the Keystone Station within the next few days.
I don't see what difference that makes once you finish your radar weapon.
Makes all the difference in the world. The whole idea was to delay them so that I could show the foreign powers the effectiveness of my weapon against all the radar research developments in this country.
Well, wasn't there some shortcut you had in mind to finish the neutralizer? I seem to recall something.
You're probably thinking of the solenoid coil.
That's it.
If If I had that, I could finish this job in 24 hours.
Well, how do we get it?
It's kept in Bacon's Chemical Company. But we'll need Calvert's credentials to get it out.
Oh, hi, Chris.
How are you, Joan?
I'm a tired girl.
After tomorrow, you'll have time to rest up.
We hope.
Nothing wrong, is there?
No, so far so good.
Let's hurry up the scope test and I'll buy us some lunch.
The deal. It's funny. I wonder what's causing it to fade.
Looks like there's something wrong with the positron output.
Connect that output selector for me, will you, Chris? I can't understand it. There seems to be a power leak in the XB6 transformer unit.
XB6. That's the unit on Barrows Road. Look, I'll take a run over and make a quick check. Shouldn't take long.
I hope it's nothing serious.
Glad you made such good time. Now, you're not going to like this idea, but I've got to have your credentials. Set him down, tie him up. I'm going to the Bacon Chemical Company with Nitra. You boys stay here, keep your eyes on him until we get back.
Manuel, come here quickly.
What's the matter?
Something went haywire with one of our transformer units. Chris went down to see what the trouble was. Now look at these flashes coming over the detector.
That's international code. R-Y. Hurry. O-U-B-L-E. Trouble. Hurry, trouble. Where is it?
The XB6 unit on Barrows Road.
Stay here. I'll find out what it is. Stand where you are.
Chris?
All I know is that Rico's headed for the Bacon Chemical Company. And that's where they're making the filament for our solenoid coil. Let's get right over there.
Take care of the chemist?
Yeah, he won't do any talking for a long time.
Good. Get in.
There they are.
Get out of here. Let's make a break for it through there. I'm out of shells.
So am I.
Nitra. This is it. With the installation of the solenoid coil, I'm ready to put the counter-radar weapon into action.
I'd like to see Calvert and Joan Hughes when you prove that the radar ring is obsolete before it's even been tried.
So would I.
How about that Keystone demonstration? Wouldn't that give you a chance to try it out?
That's exactly what I was planning. I'll want Rico here for the final tests.
I'll get him.
Hugo.
Yes, sir.
Prepare for Plan X. Anti-radar test. I'll signal you when to take off.
Plan X, anti-radar test. Yes, sir.
As chairman of the Radar Research Committee, I wish to say, Miss Hughes, that we're deeply impressed with what we have seen so far.
Thank you, Senator Clark. Now, before I begin the demonstration, I'd like to point out that we've gone beyond our original objective to extend the range of radar.
That's a welcome surprise.
By using a decitron variation with the ultra-wave impulse, this radar can detect the exact number and size of planes in a target.
That's hard to believe.
Very interesting.
That I'd like to see.
We'll see soon enough. At the moment, Mr. Calvert is flying a target plane. Location and size unknown. First, I'll locate and identify his craft, and then several series of tests will follow. First target, Senator.
Is that what is called a pip, Miss Hughes?
Yes, it is.
And now that I've given you a general idea how the apparatus works, you'll see it in action. First, I'll turn on the detector to make sure we're in radar range. Now the second step.
Now, before I go on to the next target, I'll mark the data on this one. Distance, 184 miles. Height, 8,000 feet. Type, two-motor.
That proves I've done it. We are right in the target area and have turned back all returning echo waves.
I'm terribly sorry, gentlemen, but something seems to have gone wrong. I'll get in touch with Mr. Calvert. Maybe we can get to the bottom of the trouble quickly. Control station to target plane. Control station calling Chris Calvert.
Chris Calvert, come in, Joan.
Our radar blanked out as I was tracking you.
When did you first lose the signal?
When you dropped to 5,000 feet and veered east.
You are in trouble. I've been flying at 8,000 feet and going due south all along.
But our rangefinder can't be that far off.
You must have picked up another target that killed off your radar beam.
Well, that's possible, but I don't see how.
Remember that solenoid coil that Baroda stole?
Well, that might be it, Chris, but well, what do we do now?
Stand by. I'll contact you as soon as I intercept this plane.
And now all that remains remains for us to do is to arrange a meeting with our foreign friends and let them see with their own eyes what protection they can buy from me.
I'll bet you can write your own ticket.
For all of us.
Of course, for all of us. We shall leave for the rendezvous as soon as arrangements can be completed. Hugo, return to the base for refueling immediately. Now that all arrangements have been made, we'll be ready to take off as soon as I contact Hugo.
You'll check with me first.
How did he get in here?
For a person who pretends to be as smart as you, that's a very foolish question.
You'll live to regret those words.
You'll be the first to have any regrets, Baroda. Now relax. It'll take a little time for the Border Patrol to get here. Back up.
The shoe's on the other foot. You'll soon see how it feels. Get over here. Hugo, prepare to take off. Let me know when we get to 12,000 feet.
Yes, sir.
Never mind the door, Rico. Our friend will use it soon. At 12,000 feet, you'll step out. Free as a bird. Minus the wings, of course.
Leveling off at 12,000 feet.
This is it, Calvert. Back up to that door, and happy landing. Go on.
Just the two of us now, Nitra, and the pilot. Tell him to turn around and land at Border City Airport. So we cleaned out Baroda's plane, and here you see what we brought back.
What an amazing piece of work.
And a study of it will show us exactly what pitfalls to avoid in completing the construction of the radar ring.
Well, in that case, we should be very thankful to Baroda and his great works.
You are so right, Chris. We should be grateful that he is where he is, and only hope there'll be no others to take his place.
Oh, but that would put us all out of business.
Good. I want to retire anyway.